Our language, our vibrant culture and colorful tradition, our industrious and hospitable people. This is Nigeria, a nation that prides itself in abundant human and natural resources. From east to west, north to south, we sparkle, we shine, we have a common bond. Fellow Nigerians, let's do away with ethnic, religious and regional sentiments that divide us as a people. God has blessed us and empowered us to find strength in diversity. Let's make our faith and way of worship our source of unity as we build a nation that stays united. Nigeria, together today, together always. This is a public announcement brought to you by Global Television.
Call that yam burger. Some others call it yamarita. I don't know what you call it, but it's yam soaked in egg and then, just coated. And I think it's really delicious and it's something you should try for breakfast this morning. It's time to also inspire our minds. So we join Ramsey and Ogabo right now as he brings us inspirational for today. Ramsey, over to you. Inspirational.
It's a beautiful day, right? And I'm so excited to come on your way this wonderful day. It's good for us to talk about peace of mind, which is greater than packaging. My name is Ramsey Enoch Agbo. Yes, have you thought about it? Our topic today is simple but powerful. There is a reason why I feel it's powerful, because we're talking about peace of mind, which is greater than packaging. That's the topic for today. That's where we'll be discussing from today. Peace of mind is greater than packaging. In Nigeria today, many people are under pressure. Pressure for what? To package. Package what? Their lives. Because they want to feel belonging. Probably because they want to impress someone who may not even be watching. But then, people actually want to appear successful even when they are drowning in debt. I know people run into debt because they simply want to package, they simply want to impress. Some even borrow money to buy the latest phone. Some rent expensive houses. Some even go as far as wearing designer clothes. Do you know what it means for someone to rent an expensive apartment that they cannot afford? They go borrow money to do that, all in the name of packaging, especially in this era of social media. But then the truth is this, well, the spraying of money at parties to show off, all these are packaging, and posting of fake lives on social media, like I said, just to impress people who honestly do not care about them. At the end of the day, you go feeling the heat. Do these people really care, whatever you are? Like I tell people, you're borrowing to do a wedding, you're borrowing to do a birthday party. People will come, eat and go. Then you face the reality. A lot of people have committed a lot of evil because they went too far to package themselves in order to impress people. But behind many smiling faces, there are sleepless nights. Behind some luxury cars that you see, some are even on paid loans that get them those cars. Behind some expensive weddings are families battling serious problems. Behind some social media posts are depression, anxiety, frustration, weeping all the time at night. You see them looking at the ceiling, wetting their pillows with cry because they did what they were not supposed to do, just to package. Pride is what's causing all of these. But then, this is the reason why today I want us to understand that peace of mind is more valuable than appearance. A man who sleeps well at night is richer than a man who owns 3 cars but is afraid of every phone call because of debt. A woman who eats simple food with joy is happier than someone who is dining in an expensive restaurant while battling emotional pain. Peace of mind cannot be bought in the market. You can't buy it at all. So get yourself peace of mind. Get yourself peace of mind. There is a popular saying, of course, in Nigeria that who gets peace, they enjoy life. All right? Because a lot of people have money, but do they sleep at night? You can't. You can buy bed, but you can't buy sleep. Look around our society today. Many young people are competing unnecessarily. Social media has turned life into a competition. Somebody will snap inside another person's car and pretend it belongs to him or her. Some ladies are under pressure because of what they see online. No, don't live your life based on what people are posting online. It will make you make mistakes. Some young men have entered fraud, crime, ritual, and even dangerous activities because they want to maintain packaging. One thing with packaging is that by the time you start, you need to do other things to maintain it because they need to be sustained. But let me ask you a question right now. What is the value of packaging when your heart is restless? What's the value of what need is it? Who are you trying to impress? The person you're trying to impress is sleeping very well. Any phone call the person takes at will, but in your own case, you can't take phone calls. If you hear your phone ring, your mind will skip, oh, is it the person I'm owing and all of that. At night, you can't even sleep because you don't know who is going to come knocking at your door the next day. Let me tell you this. A young man in Lagos once worked honestly as a mechanic apprentice. His friends even mocked him because he rode an old motorcycle while they were actually showing off flash lifestyle. He stayed focused, avoided crime, and kept learning his trade. 10 years later, he owns a successful automobile workshop and employed workers. Some of those who mocked him either are hiding from debt or from the law enforcement agency or even struggling with regrets. Peace of mind, once again, I want to reiterate. Peace of mind is greater than packaging. Don't go and do what is not necessary because you just want to package. All right? Don't do what you feel it's going to be detrimental to your life because you want to package, you want to impress someone. It's not necessary. Live your life, all right, positively, not just a package so that you can live a flamboyant life on social media or in the face of people, but then you are restless because you're living your life on loan. You're living your life on so many things that are not necessary because you want to impress. I want everyone to know that it's better, all right, to be truthful to yourself instead of you going about doing what you are not supposed to do in the name of packaging. Once again, peace of mind is greater than packaging right here in Nigeria and anywhere in the world. Thank you very much. This is the size of Heart to Heart today. I believe someone has been inspired. Live your life positively and not living your life to impress. Don't borrow because you want to package yourself to impress people. It doesn't matter. Thank you very much and have a beautiful day.
In an age of breaking news, you need a trusted source that prioritizes accurate, factual, and unbiased reporting. This is AM News, and I am Ubong Usoro.
On Global Television, our news is rooted in verified and authoritative storytelling that keeps you educated, informed, and enlightened on all the issues that matter to you. I am Sadia Yakubu. This is Midday News.
You can trust our multi-platform news broadcast, real-time and fast-check stories for all the big local and foreign headlines round the clock. I am Ramsey Enoch Agbo. This is News Express.
Our array of anchors delivers the news to our teeming viewers, breaking it down with context and perspective. This is News Cycle on Global Television. I am Anieti Patrick.
And the flagship news is your hub for the day's most engaging stories. This is News Prime, and I am Jumai Manson.
Did you miss any of our news rounds? No worries. Catch up at 10 p.m. and midnight, 7 days of the week. I am Mukhtar Kasim.
Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. We're active across all social media platforms at Global TV NG.
All right, thank you very much, Ramsey. I mean, that's more than enough to get us energized and smash the goals for today. Right now, we dive straight to the newspaper review segment, and we're starting with the Standard Times, I beg your pardon. Standard Times has the very first story above the nameplate, and it reads, 2027, SERAP presses INEC to publish political donation limits. Party finances ahead of 2027 polls. I think this is timely, following the 11 billion naira, 60 billion naira Oshun debate we've been hearing on the internet. But I think we need to get to that time where we hold political parties accountable, and how much, I don't know, it sounds controversial though, but for the sake of accountability and transparency, if you have more, why not? We give a very high cap so that anyone that is an odogu can do all the spending they want to do though. But Read up that detail on page 82. Dangote Refinery's free fuel delivery expands to Kano, Imo, and nearly 10 more states. Marketers applaud initiative as refinery absorbs logistic costs to lower distribution expenses and ease consumer burden. NBA Conference 2026, judges must consider overall impact of judgment on polity. Governor Fubara is credited to that very statement, as Will demands independent judiciary to safeguard democracy. Read up that on page 82. Edo NLC factions fight over alleged move by government to repeal House of Assembly autonomy law. Details on page 82. CPPE urges federal government to shift focus to jobs, household welfare, backed economy reform. Details on page 17. NDIC, depositors of 46 revoked MFB, that's microfinance banks, protected payment outgoing. Details on page 17. 2027, Ayedatiwa will not support any candidate against APC. And that's coming from an aide. You find that detail on page 82. NDLEA arrests 101-year-old woman, seizes 4.4 billion naira worth of cocaine wrapped in fufu. Details on page 64. Anambra Security Forces kill 6 suspected secessionists, lose operative in gun battle. Details on page 84. Finally, Atiku to Tinubu, Nigerians deserve transparency on $5 billion Abu Dhabi loan. Details on page 82. Well, I like the fact that everybody's calling out everyone. I hope when it gets to any other person's turn, they'll be able to give such accountability. Those are your headlines for the Standard Times. The next point of call is the Blueprint newspaper.
All right, let's quickly look at the Blueprint newspaper this morning. NGE Enugu Conference is the kicker. Onaikon Mba Osigwe orders to speak on ballot media democracy. Details read on page 7. Restoring fuel subsidy will reverse Nigeria's economic gains. This is coming from Idris Anyewata. We have this one which says Under 20 Women's World Cup, that's the kicker. Falconet begins campaign in Poland. The Star story, which is attributed to Buratai, says Nigeria must defend her sovereignty over 33-year-old claims against Tinubu. And one writer to that story, and the writer says American court has no right to vet our leader. All right, well, I think this is attributed to the president's case, the investigation or whatever it is. Police rescue 75 kidnapped victims in Birnin Gwari. NAF intensifies airstrike in Sokoto. UBA graduates 374 young professionals. We spoke extensively about it this morning. The Dizon says NDLEA seizes 4.4 billion naira. Die loud at Lagos ports, uncover new trafficking route. Nabbs 101-year-old great-grandma selling drugs in Sache. I think this calls for sober reflection. The DG of drug law have said, well, NDLEA has said, well, the woman should be taken in for counseling because as old as she is, you know, this is, Mama is supposed to be an elder statesperson at the moment, a senior citizen, but it's so embarrassing that she's found in this. This one says a fake agency. Soludo appointed me Anambra focal person. SSG tells ICPC. Nollywood legend Ogogo dies at 66 after cancer battle. It sued Sunupe orders peace committee to end farmer header clashes. All right, that's Sunupe. Then Ododo orders probe of 4 kids. Dog die after eating amala in Kogi community. All right. Those are the headlines for you this morning on the Blueprint newspaper as we move to the next point of call, which is the Vanguard.
Thank you very much, Ramsey. The Vanguard has its first story, top left corner above the nameplate. It reads, Onalyekan Mba Osigwe Ya Dudu others to speak at NGE Confab in Enugu, September 24, 25. Okay, that details on page 9. Security end this madness once and for all. Obi tasks federal government. Details on page 8. How 23 stocks beat inflation. 6 coins didn't declare dividend. 7 coins record negative return on equity. The very first story above the nameplate: fuel subsidy return to old regime will worsen economic crisis. Information Minister Idris has that details on page 40. Nigeria's oil output drops by 20.8% in 10 years. Nigeria's influence within OPEC plus decline. We are committed to optimizing output. Renaissance, any bad omen requiring urgent steps. That's coming from experts, and you'll find the detail on page 11. NDLEA nabs 101-year-old great-grandmom intercepts cocaine in fufu. This woman is a legend. You want to read all that detail on page 6. SDF mom as fake agency boss fires back. Details on page 5. Ranching. Federal government won't force policy on Benue. Governor Alia has this, and the details on page 45. Maybe Ramsey wants to tell us more about his governor. The next, Sokoto terror attack, hunger trauma grips 7 communities. Details on page 6. And those are our headlines for the Vanguard newspaper. Next point of call is the Punch newspaper.
All right, quickly on the Punch newspaper this morning. Oil block 31 winners face payment deadline. Ocean poll, how vote buyers breach EFCC, ICPC, INEC defense. 2027, Atiku Obi makes final moves on campaign council. And then the Star story says, of course, FAC bonanza. All right, governors face questions as payment hit 47 trillion naira. There are some riders to that story. A post-subsidy windfall. FAC revenue hits 47 trillion naira in 3 years, surpasses previous 6-year total. Then this one says states, local governments get higher FAC shares, governors face heat as subsidy removal debate surfaces. Again, federal government APC tackle Atiku over petrol subsidy return call. NDLEA arrests 101-year-old cannabis dealer daughter in Ogun State. Then this one says 150,000 naira palliative. Pensioners threaten mass protests. And finally, on the Punch newspaper this morning, 2027, Mba Onayekon headlines NGE debate on election disinformation. And those are the headlines for you this morning on the Punch newspaper as we move to the next point of call, which is The Guardian.
All right, The Guardian newspaper is the next point of call. First story below the nameplate. Mixed reactions trail APC's campaign council membership. Details on page 3. Governors now pay wages with devalued naira, says Afeni Ferre. Details on page 3. Democracy doesn't survive on polls alone. Where tells Nigerian lawyers. Details on page 3. The Star story reads, 14 years after, Oronsaye reports bloated agencies cost Nigeria 1 trillion naira in 2026. Details on page 6. President C. Hashim Sowore orders pick holes in Atiku subsidy U-turn. Details on page 6. Osun government alleges fresh plot to attack local government motor park. Details on page 3. Page 5, I beg your pardon. Nigeria turns to bank for $20.5 billion to expand renewable electricity. Find that detail on page 4. Actor Ogogo for burial today as Ogun celebrates legacy. Details on page 2. Those are about the headlines we have for you on the Guardian newspaper. The next point of call is the Daily Trust.
All right, let's quickly flip through the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. Concerns over inclusion of Beta Edu others in Tinubu's campaign council. Well, Beta Edu, well, all right. A phone technician loses 2 wives. Oh, phone technician loses 2 wives, children to fire. That's unfortunate. Fuel subsidy will reverse gains, minister. New phantom agency courts SGF governors. Right. And of course, many worshippers abducted from Niger Mosque during Jumat prayers. Then this one says how my husband, 2 children died after eating amala. This is coming from a widow. The same amala probably that killed that dog. NDLEA arrests 101-year-old woman for allegedly selling drugs. Benue medical lecturers begin strike. Benue medical lecturers begin strike over unpaid arrears. And those are the headlines for you on the Daily Trust newspaper this morning, and that's going to be the size of the headlines for you this morning. Before we go, let's remind you once again that Global Television does not have editorial contribution to any of these headlines. It's entirely that of the various newspaper houses. We're now going on a quick break. After this break, Ogochukwu Mobuna will return with Social Buzz.
In an age of breaking news, you need a trusted source that prioritizes accurate, factual, and unbiased reporting. This is AM News, and I am Ubong Osoro.
On Global Television, our news is rooted in verified and authoritative storytelling that keeps you educated, informed, and enlightened on all the issues that matter to you. I am Sadia Yakubu. This is Midday News.
You can trust our multi-platform news broadcast, real-time and fast-check stories for all the big local and foreign headlines round the clock. I am Ramsey Enoch Agbo. This is News Express.
Our array of anchors delivers the news to our teeming viewers, breaking it down with context and perspective. This is News Cycle on Global Television. I am Anieti Patrick.
And the flagship news is your hub for the day's most engaging stories. This is News Prime, and I am Jumai Manson.
Did you miss any of our news rounds? No worries. Catch up at 10 p.m. and midnight, 7 days of the week. I am Mukhtar Kasim.
Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. We're active across all social media platforms at Global TV NG.
When social media speaks, we listen and we bring you the extra. It's your one-stop shop for trends, tweets, and the tea everyone's sipping on. Join the conversation, share your thoughts, and get that extra dose of what's shaking the internet.
And on the issues making wave on social media to your doorstep.
Social Buzz Extra, where the trend meets the talk, only on Global TV.
Good morning, Nigerians and viewers around the world. It's time to look at buzzing issues making the rounds on social media. Today we're looking at a young man has reportedly come forward with a disturbing claim, alleging that he went to a hospital for medical treatment only to later discover that one of his kidney has allegedly been removed. According to the young man, he visited the hospital on August 18, 2026, seeking medical attention. What was supposed to be a routine hospital visit allegedly turned into one of the most frightening experiences of his life. He reportedly claimed that after receiving treatment at the hospital, he discovered that one of his kidneys was missing. The allegation has understandably raised serious concerns and questions about what may have happened during his time at the medical facility. The case has also been described as particularly disturbing because kidney removal is a major surgical procedure that ordinarily requires proper medical assessment, documentation, and consent. However, at this stage, the allegation should be treated as a claim until it is independently verified through medical reports, scans, hospital documentation, and other relevant evidence. The circumstances surrounding the allegation kidney removal remain unclear, including that treatment the young man initially sought, what procedure was performed, whether he underwent surgery, and how he came to the conclusion that his kidney had been removed. Well, there are other videos. It is alleged also that this young man reported this incident and also reported to Very Dark Man, Martins Ose, and again they have actually confirmed that the hospital removed his kidney in an updated story. So let's take a look at that video.
All right, so 2 days ago, this young man came to my office and then he said he went to a hospital and his kidney was removed. Now, before 2 days ago, being 19th, that I came to the office, they have been here before. I think about 2-3 weeks ago, they came with his mom. They came with your mother, right? Now, they came before and then they said they went to a hospital and they removed his kidney. But the whole story didn't make sense to me. So I told them that I'm not going to do something that does not have proof. Until 2 days ago, being 19th, and they came back again and then he said, please, we want you to look at this, we want justice. His kidney was actually removed. Now, without doing anything, I just say, you know what, I called the doctor at Nisa Premier Hospital in Jabi and I said, please, somebody came to me and made a complaint that his kidney was removed. I will need to do a scan. You will do scans? So of course, yes. And then that was how I drove in the rain with this young man and then we went to the hospital. So this is when we went to the hospital.
dressing like this and doing all the things. No, this is the first time. That's why I wasn't really buying it.
Alright, so this guy and his parents came to my office that they removed his kidney in a hospital and without his consent. So we came to the hospital here in Nisa Premier to do a test. Open your stomach in case when you see it. Yes. So we have to do a test to be sure that whether his kidney is there or not. So we are here at the scan place and he's about to go into the scan room. We have video, end the video and then show you the place.
There's a liver, so you follow the arrow. There's the liver.
Okay.
And the right quadrant. There's the right kidney.
Okay.
That round thing there.
And this one.
Showing the outline, yeah.
With blood supply.
That's the kidney.
Yes, there's the right kidney.
Okay.
This is gallbladder.
Okay.
This
black
is here.
thing, yeah.
This black
Okay.
one.
Okay.
Okay, so there's the pancreas here. This one is outline.
Okay.
Then here on the left side,
Yes.
there's the spleen.
Okay.
And these are the intestine.
Okay.
There is no left kidney here.
Eh?
No left kidney. This is the stone. This is the bladder. The scan. The entire left area.
Yeah. No, blood. So it's no problem. I'll remove it.
I scan the entire left area.
There's nothing there.
There's nothing. You can still turn.
Turn, please.
This is the right kidney.
Yes. Go closer.
On the left side, the left kidney is absent.
Show the distance, please.
This is the left.
Okay.
This is right. Let me label it. This is the right kidney.
Okay.
Then this is spleen. No left kidney.
So the left kidney is missing. All right. Okay.
Alright, let me send my images for reference purposes. Please stop.
Don't, please. Right, you can go. So. We are still here at Nisa Premier, and the doctor have confirmed that his left kidney is missing. So they actually removed his kidney. So what we are going to do next is we are going to take this report to the police station. Also, we'll go to the government hospital to also go and check, because this is a private hospital. This is Nisa Premier. However, this is a very good hospital in Nigeria, well recommended and well known, especially in Nigeria, in Abuja, of course. So, but to check again, we'll still go to the government facility. That will be used for investigation as well. Wow, I'm actually very surprised. I've never seen, I hear about this, but I've never seen it before in my life. First of all, this was like the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life, because after the scan and it was confirmed that his kidney was missing, I had goosebumps. But it didn't stop there. I needed to also confirm with a government hospital, so we went to FMC. So we are at Federal Medical Center. After doing the test at Nisa Premier, a private clinic, we decided to come here also to do a scan, to also check this hospital if his kidney, the both of them are intact. The first hospital told us and gave us a result of the scan that one of his kidneys is actually missing. So we had to come to the government hospital, FMC Jabi, to confirm. Federal Medical Center to confirm the result from the private hospital.
Left in our bed empty.
That's great.
It was also confirmed at the Federal Medical Center in Jabi that his left kidney was missing. This is the scan result from Nisa Premier, a private hospital around Jabi as well, and this is the report from FMC. And it also says here clearly that his kidney is missing. The right kidney visualized, so it's also going to be posted on the screen. So with all of these reports, we had to take it to the police.
And yes, it came out that his left kidney was actually confirmed missing. At this point, someone somewhere is already scared of going to the hospital. For the sake of TV, we did not take some comment because a lot of comments were just alleging so many things. So we had to do away with comments for now for this particular discussion. But I have with me Priscilla Obasi as we are going to discuss together here in the studio. Good morning, Priscilla.
Good morning, Ogochukwu.
How are you doing?
Well, the only reason why I'm still this calm is because it's not my family member. Because
no, they can't say that.
Let's leave. We are all sentimental human beings. This is grave. This is wicked. I don't even know what to say. Well, let's take it one step at a time, right?
Okay.
Let us not jump into conclusion yet until investigation is done.
No, we are going to jump into conclusion because it has already been confirmed that there is no kidney. So we have to make an investigation.
So we have to be sure.
He said he went to the hospital for treatment, and when he came out, that was when he allegedly saw that cord, and also after some time, perhaps maybe, I don't know when was the treatment, and I also do not know what the treatment is about, because we need to know what exactly the treatment is about. Perhaps maybe
exactly
if the doctor confirmed that, okay, maybe your left kidney has an issue, of course he's going to put it out there to the parents or guardians of these people, or tell the boy this is what we're about to do, and not just take out the kidney without consent. I think right now we have to jump into conclusion.
No. We are just hearing his side of the story verbally. We've not seen proofs. Do you understand?
What are that proof?
You just mentioned that it's possible he went to a hospital and they probably have gone through some kind of surgery, or it's possible that, I'm not saying he's lying.
Whatever surgery they have to take, Priscilla, I think we've all been to the hospital. You know, whatever surgery you have to take, major surgery as this, you must definitely alert someone, a close relation, or the person in question, and sign.
Thank you very much.
So how come he didn't know that his left kidney was missing?
So we need to hear from the hospital that did this. We need to hear him call out the name of the hospital with details, without, and this hospital come out to respond. Until then, because on this same internet, somebody came out and alleged that she was raped. And, she gave out the whole sentimental, she cried, she did everything. It was really touching. Do you understand? So I've learned to take a chill pill on social media.
I think
and not to jump into
the issue of rape is a different thing. The issue of rape, perhaps if you don't get to see any physical injury or all of that, you could say, oh, this person was raped or wasn't raped. I think we can actually, but this one, it is clear.
He has not called out any hospital.
It is clear that his kidney is missing.
I've not seen him call out the hospital that did this. There has
we are yet to find out.
There has to be a name of the hospital that did this to him. Until then, and then this hospital now comes to give their own side, and it doesn't make sense. Then we'll now, we will now start the judgment. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's lying. I'm not saying he's saying the truth. But I just want him to call out the name of this hospital and let this hospital come out and say,
let's know how to drag this matter.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So for now, let's take a chill pill. Really, it's grave, like I have mentioned. It's insane. I don't even know I've never heard of this. It's new, but for this kind of thing to exist, if eventually it is found, if we find out that this is true, then you know that it has been happening. People have been doing it, and it will just be an opportunity to bring out the other, stories around this or incidents around this, and people would start to come out. But for now, I'll say let's wait for. Maybe he has given out that detail. I've not seen it yet. But on this video,
of course, we'll bring you up the stories
we'll give you the update as it unfolds. Let's take a chill pill and let's see how this goes.
Like you said, it's really, really grave. I feel pity. I feel sad for this young man, because just when the video was playing, I just said, what if something is wrong with the right one right now that is the only one surviving? What if something goes wrong? This person is almost dead or dead already, and it's very, very sad that that happened without his consent, because obviously he wasn't aware that something like that had happened. Well, till we hear from the hospital, all medical personnel involved should be given an opportunity to respond to this claim. Hopefully we get to see that. And yes, like we said, we are going to bring you update stories as they unfold on social media. We'll definitely bring it to your doorstep. Once again, thank you so much, Priscilla, for being a part of this conversation. Thank you for your thoughts and everything you dropped here.
Thank you for
of course, if you are following us, please make sure you make use of the handles Global TV NG to be part of this conversation on YouTube. Drop your comment, tell us your thoughts, what you think about the story, and of course we'll be taking it up from there. Let's have this conversation on the comment section. Till I come your way next time, I am Ogojkumobno. Once again, I'll say good morning, Nigerians and viewers around the world. I believe you're in the hands of Priscilla and Ramsey as they usher us into the discussion section of Global Money. So stay with us. Bye for now.
When social media speaks, we listen and we bring you the extra. It's your one-stop shop for trends, tweets, and the tea everyone's sipping on. Join the conversation, share your thoughts, and get that extra dose of what's shaking the internet.
And on issues making wave on social media to your doorstep.
Social Boss Extra, where the trend meets the talk, only on Global TV.
Imagine having the power of television, movies, news, and entertainment right in your pocket. Welcome to Free TV App, Nigeria's all-in-one digital TV experience. With Free TV App, you get access to over 100 live TV channels, breaking news, sports, movies, kids shows, and more, all from a single mobile app. No decoder stress, no complicated setup, just download, open, and start watching. Free TV is television reimagined for the digital age. To get started, simply search Free TV on the Google Play Store or Free TV NG on the Apple App Store, or scan the QR code on your screen. Once installed, register in seconds using your phone number, email, WhatsApp, Google ID, or Apple ID. Secure OTP verification ensures safe and seamless access. Inside the app, explore contents directly from the home screen or navigate easily using the various tabs. The Live TV section gives you access to over 100 licensed channels, complete with an electronic program guide, EPG, pause, rewind, and catch-up features. The Video On Demand library offers up to 500 hours of curated content, including Nollywood movies, drama series, documentaries, kids and educational programs. You can resume playback, save favorites, and download content to watch offline. The News tab delivers real-time updates across breaking news, sports, entertainment, technology, and pop culture, all in one place. Free TV is more than an app. It's a digital revolution in broadcasting. Download the Free TV app today.
Tired of the snow? Tired of the bad TV signals? Nigeria has gone digital. Introducing Free TV, the national platform for every Nigerian. Get 100 plus channels immediately. Sports, news, and entertainment in your native language with clear picture quality. Whether you're in the city or the village, our satellite signal reaches every corner of 36 states from day one. No monthly subscription, just a compatible decoder and you are set. It's a national asset built for you. Take the show on the road, download the free TV app and stream your favorite channels anywhere. Starting this May, scan to download the app or call 0700 388 7277. Free TV, digital TV for free. Brought to you by NBC.
The conversation is getting started now, and of course, this is one of the times we've been waiting for on Global Morning. First conversation for you today is going to be about the 2027 elections, security situations here and there. What constitutes this insecurity that we talk about all the time? Some people say, when it's a school of thought that when election is coming closer, there is this pipe law somehow, because of course we know a lot of people are going to be traveling for campaigns like it has started already. Then I think it's necessary for us to do an assessment of security strategies for 2027 polls. Would people be able to travel from one location to the other? Would people be able to wait at the polling unit to stand and wait until their vote is being counted? But then I think we would need a security expert to drive home this conversation, and that's the reason we have with us today the Director General, Coalition of Nigerian Youth on Security and Safety Affairs, CONISA, right here with us in the presence of Ambassador Ade Emmanuel. It's good to have you join us, Ambassador.
Thank you so much. I'm good to be here again.
Yeah, I'm excited to see you once again. The other time I told you I have like 5 questions here that I was not able to ask because of our time. So I think probably I would be available the opportunity to ask some of those questions if they are related to what we're doing here today. You've been on transit, you've been moving from one location to the other for security meetings and all of that, strategizing. That's good enough. But Ted, let's look at what's your assessment, okay, of our elections and security generally.
We'll start with the Osun State.
The Osun State. Because I don't need to tell you before you know how many people were unalived. Even before the election, I was even skeptical that some persons may even scared of coming out. But I was shocked to see the turnout.
The truth is, I want to commend the Inspector General of Police for nominating the CP election for Osun State, who happens to be a diligent man and a ready-to-go man. I think he is currently now being deployed as CP Delta. And, you know, before his arrival, there were crises in the state. And there were killings before his arrival. And when he also arrived, there were other few killings, about 7 other persons, some in Elisha, some in other local governments that later happened. But be it as it may, if you look at some of these killings, it does not erupt from security breach. It was politically motivated between the two gladiators, the two parties, both from the Accord Party and from the APC. And I want to see and I want to commend the effort of the CP I don't have any personal relationship with him. We've not met one-on-one, but I followed his antecedent and all that. I want to commend the good work the Nigerian police did at the course of Osun election. I want to say, if not the engagement with the party leaders from the security agencies, Osun election would have been another total disappointment that would have put 2027 election in a very dark mood, whereby people will not have confidence in the electionary process anymore. So, and I must commend the President of the Federal Republic, His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to have allowed democracy to reign in this election. Truth be told, that the security agencies have actually tried their best at the course of the Osun election. I was in the field in person. I observed in Odotin local government. I was in Okuku, I was in Onya, I was in Asin. Then on my way coming back again, I branched other places. Then coming back to Osogbo, I also visited some poly unit in Osogbo. And I must say, before now, you see security agencies, let me generalize, standing with a particular political party. You see, they are the ones being used to carry out some activities, you know. But yet, it still happens in some places where you see ballot box being carried away, and you know, people shouting on. So the
ballot box were still snatched.
Yes, like in Ife, where they were chasing them, you know. So some of the time, among 12, there must always be that one Judas. You understand? But we must see that the Nigerian security architecture who were deployed to Osun tried 98%.
98?
Yes.
Yes. That's a personal.
From personal assessment, because I was in the field, I was in Osun a week preceding the election. So I entered Osun on Sunday. So, and I left Osun on Sunday. So, and I was moving from local government to local government because our interest is basically on our youth. Because if there are anybody that will be used to disrupt the election, it is youths. If there is going to be victims, it is still going to be the youth. You understand? So our own interest is basically to engage our youth across the 30 local government to make sure that they are not instruments to be used to frustrate the effort of the security agencies and the INEC officials who have come to conduct the election. And I will say this, that I must commend both the student union body, the National Youth Council, CONISA in Osun State, Youth Advancement Initiative, Nigerian Youth Parliament, and other youth bodies in the state. Despite the differences in the political parties they belong to, they were able to talk to themselves. And I will say that nearly in all the polling units, you will not know the difference between APC, Accord, and other party. There were a kind of interfacing with each other, no fight, no rank, or nothing. So, and that has actually prepared our mind that 2027 might give us expected results. Even if we are not going to get it 80%, at least we should expect that 70% will get it right in 2027. But the reason why I say so is this, that up till now, a lot of people are yet to get their voters card. That is number one. Then a lot of Nigerians are yet to still get registered. We have more than 200 million citizens of Nigeria. And up till now, we don't have up to 100 million who is going to vote in the 2027 election. So that automatically it means that just about 40-45% is going to decide who rule and governs this country in 2027.
So since the line follows.
So and that is why from our own end, we are still pleading to INEC that INEC should still see need to still extend maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks for voters registration, and this time around engage more of churches. More of churches, because this is where you get more of population. Churches, the market square, and the mosques.
I think
so, and that goes away. Then lastly again, the INEC should also see need why to holistically engage the civil society to be of help to drive this next stage if they end up approving it. Now, if you have the core civil society organization who has structure, for example, the Man O' War, the Peace Corps, the Boy Scout, the Catholic Youth Organization, UWICAN, NACOMIO, that is National Association of Muslim Youth Body, engage these bodies that have more of structure across to grassroots, you get more result. But when you are making use of civil society organizations that they are just resident here in Abuja, and their membership is just within the cycle of them alone who knows themselves, you cannot get expected result. So the INEC should look at how to make use of civil society bodies who has structures down to local communities, and that will really be able to assist them to be able to generate more people who will come out to vote. Now, the fear of many is that I've been voting in the past, it has not counted. Osun has shown a different dimension that vote counts, and it really counts, because so some of our members were in this thing. They were with the INEC where this thing was being transmitted, and they were getting live record as it was coming from every polling unit to local government, then to the INEC office. There was a proper monitoring. So, and how I wish that every other person we actually key to this and be of a support, because gone are the days most of us will sit at the fence and be criticizing. What are we bringing to the table to support the government? So we've criticized the government enough. What are we bringing to the table as solution, and how are we going to be part of that drive of that solution we are bringing to the table? So this goes a very long way for us to really be able to have an effective 2027 election that will be convincing that our democracy is sustained.
All right, if you want to talk about, I'm just asking a follow-up question now to what you said. Some persons were of the opinion, just like you've given a comment to the president, some people were of the opinion that there was a subtraction, complete subtraction of the might, all right, the federal might, all right, and that was the reason we had what we had in Osun State. When we want to talk about security, fair, INEC's fair conduct and everything, that's what some school of thought, some persons are saying. Now, going into 2027, remember, there was this instruction that vigilante, every other person should just stay aside, stay aside, so that the federal security agencies can handle what they handle. Some people are like, this thing is just police now, why including the army and all of so many things. What do you think of this whole scenario? All right, number one, that the presidency wants it to be hitch-free, according to how some people were saying. Then the removal of this other I don't want to put there, no, paramilitary or vigilante, right, from the conduct. Do you think if that happens in 2027, is going to still help us have a security hitch-free election?
Now, firstly, I want to say that for those that have that school of thought that presidency decided to just keep calm and allow the election, I want to dispute that, in the sense that Osun people were determined, they were resolute. Now, with the force the security agencies entered Osun with on Wednesday and Thursday, it was to pass a message. But those people decided, no, this man has tried. We want to go for him. And again, within the APC, there were crises. Omishori and others.
What exactly?
It is interest. It is political interest. When it does not go my way, if it's spoil, let it spoil. You understand? So that also paved way. So, and from the presidency too, security report, the SSS must definitely give the presidency a report that these people are hell bent, that if not Adeleke, nothing else, and it will turn to serious crisis. So the villa herself needed to be wise enough. So because nobody wants a negative message to be passed towards 2027 election. And that is the basic truth. And I must also commend the DSSS to have also come out blunt to reach out to the appropriate authority in the villa that this thing should not go this way, this thing should be done this way, so that we will not have crisis preceding 2027. So I must commend the DSSS. So if report of genuine happenings in local communities, local government, federal constituency, senatorial district, and state is getting to the villa appropriately the way it is, we'll be getting it more right than what we used to get in the time past. So in conclusion, I will also say this, that you see, the Osun election, the beavers, you discover that we only have few, let us say 3% out of 100 that complain us of a kind of beavers issues.
Especially the
everything worked well. So I so wish that it should also happen in 2027. So because you discover that most of the area we do have issues from is from beavers. When beavers did not work, the alternative use of direct voting become a serious crisis, and that is where manipulations comes in. You know, and you know, immediately you are accredited, you are voting, you are just going to stand one side. Not that after accreditation, in the next 1 hour you are coming to vote. That also take a very long time. But this time around, people just accredit, you cast vote. Accredit, you cast vote. So there is no space where manipulation could come in.
So how about taking away other security?
Yeah, now again, you see the vigilante, the Amoteku and others, they are not officially known to INEC and the internal security. So, you know, they are only made use of when there is need for a supporting mechanism to be able to stop a particular criminal activities, not an attack in a particular place, because they are known to that terrain. They understand the routes in the area. So that is where they are being made use of. So they are not officially accredited by INEC to come and observe election and security agencies. So, and again, there was enough manpower because it just Osun State alone election. So, and we have 15,000 police officers and 30 commissioner of police on ground and a DIG on ground, DIG. Now, we also have, in same vein, 10,000 civil defense. Good numbers of DSSS, Nigerian Army were also on ground, road safety was on ground, and immigration was also on ground. So there was enough manpower. There was, if you get to some police units, you see about 6-7 police officers. You know, so and that really helped. But in 2027, we are not going to have it this way.
Exactly.
Because it's general. So
it's a general election, and that is where we are now going to advise. No, before now, Manu will also observe election. So because this time around we did not really see them on the field. So and we want to encourage. We've actually written to INEC seeking that some of these voluntary uniform body should be mainstreamed to the system so that they can seriously be of help.
But they need to be trained because of compromise, yes, because they are closer to the people.
It is even more easier that they are closer to the people because this person might belong to E, while you belong to B, and both of you are from the Manowo. But yet, for the fact that you are from the same organization, you want to stand for the identity of the organization. So, and I want to say this, that, for example, the Manowo and the Peace Corps, I know very well. They are well trained. They are not only trained on arms. Every other training and certificate that every other security agencies need to have in this country, they already have it. They have undergone a lot of training, conflict resolution and all that. Most of them have gone to Sherry Hill for training and all that. So all we are just saying is that by 2027, the Nigerian security architecture might not have that manpower force, because between now and 2027, we will not still have up to 2 million security personnel.
Exactly.
Because as of today, we are not up to 1.3 million. Both joint police, army, DSSS, and all together.
And there are no gateways to bring in more before then.
So there's no way you can recruit about 700,000 between now and 2027. So you understand. So, and if you are not talking about, let's just say about 1.5 million security agencies to about 200,000 people.
So I'm saying, is it not concerning that these are still in prospect? Because at this point, we're already supposed to have finalized. If we want a successful 2027, I also believe that we cannot judge 2027 from Osun State election. Being that, number one, you've made a very salient point when you said Osun had enough security personnel. We are definitely not going to have enough security personnel. There's going to be a general election that will happen in every local government, every state across the country. So there is already a foresight of shortage in security personnel, and if we have not addressed that now, I mean, if we have not addressed that in August, September, I think August is already too late for this conversation we're having. So Nigerians are, or the whole idea of it was a democratic Osun State election, everybody is trying to fold their hands and relax. It's a very wrong thing to do at this point. Really. Number two is, I would want to also talk about the fact that Ademola Adeleke was an incumbent. He was the governor on the seat. He had control of somehow the INEC within the state. Because if you said the machines work, he had control of it to an extent. He would have given the instruction or followed through to see that everything was working, because he is the governor of the state. So if he is,
but INEC came from Abuja.
I understand, but he is
not from the state.
I get it, but we did not see Amupiton in.
No, he was there preceding the election. So,
but it was the state.
It was not the returning officer.
It was the state INEC chairman. I think there's a state INEC chairman that was there that eventually called out the results, and that person is in Osun State. It's possible that they had put things in check. I'm not saying he controlled the election. That's not what I'm saying. Okay. I'm only saying the materials would have been made ready, basically because he's the governor of the state. He'll make sure that everything is.
No, definitely. Every party you have to do a follow-up to make sure that it is the right thing.
I'm not even talking about the after the votes that came out.
Yes.
That's before the election.
No, that one is constant. Even if you are the one, you do a follow-up. Make sure that you are not ringed up.
Exactly. So the power he had as a state governor would ensure that things worked well as it should. Now, if we are talking about, say, a state where a new governor is coming in, maybe the governor has finished his term, and we're having a new governor, a new person coming. The dynamics would be different. And again, we're talking about.
But the equivalent would have still given him that support, because he actually wants his predecessor, his successor, to take over and to make sure that things are put in order. And then so he will still also do that.
Where things are working is even normal.
I'm saying this because there might be situations where maybe the people like another person from a different party. In the case of Osun State, people liked Adeleke. There are cases where people want to vote out a governor. Do you understand?
That one is constant.
Exactly, and because a governor is a sitting governor, or maybe the governor that is sitting wants to bring his own person, he might have the power to turn things, and then the people's voice might not really be so loud as it was in Osun State. Do you understand? So we cannot just relax and say it was a democratic space, because it was a unique situation. Number one, the Adelekes are influential. Do you understand? Davido was on ground tweeting, and somebody said,
but beyond that, you see, one of the sources that Osun had there was enough engagement and sensitization. There was in-house overhauling of the activities of miscreants. And that is the role of community youth leaders. That is the role of patriots in local governments. So now, the fear of 2027 can actually be averted in the sense that if community leaders should begin to engage those that are used by politicians to cause chaoses. So if these people can be curtailed preceding 2027, I want to tell you, even without security agencies, for example, I can use my hometown as an example, that without the presence of security agencies in my hometown, election will be conducted peacefully. Because if you do anything negative, it is the community that will pick you up. They will not wait for government. Your parents will also pay fine to the community, because you are kind of projecting that community in a black light to others that you are not coordinated. So what I'm saying is this, that beyond security agencies, just like these days I say that security is not uniform. Security is about myself and you doing the right thing and checkmating others to make sure things are right, even before the government comes on board. We must not always wait for the security agencies to come and take the front lead. There are most of the time whereby we take risk of some certain things, and it will just go like that without anybody knowing that some persons play vital role. So, but the fact is that people don't discover that there should have been a problem here. But they don't discover that there was no problem. Some persons took the pain to avert such.
So we need clear structure around things.
Yes. So the government, if the just I've said it severally, and I want to commend this current IG. I want to commend him in the sense that he's coming up with ideas and concepts that is bringing the youth together.
That's right.
So, and we've never had it good before now. We've never had this kind of relationship with Nigerian police the way they're having it today. This IG will give you updates. You have one-on-one with him, you know, and he's somebody that he did not just start now. He was deep in the career. I know him one-on-one. So, and he has never changed. So all I'm saying is this, that the security agency should understand that they cannot do it alone. There is need to holistically mainstream kings, chiefs, community leaders, youth leaders on board to be able to achieve that mandate of theirs. Because that mandate that they have, they cannot achieve it alone. The mandate is bigger than the structure that they have. So they need the people to complement their effort to be able to achieve that mandate and also help in sustaining peace in local community. Now, most of the communities where we are having crisis today, if the government have done the right thing there about 10-15 years ago, we wouldn't have been having the crisis we are having there today. Those that ought to have been picked, rehabilitated before now, about 15 years ago, you are just waking up to start doing it now. You not get the result overnight. So there was a delay in action. The deal has been done. There is no way you can expect a result instantaneous. It will take time because there are wounds and injuries already, and there is need for them to heal. So, and that is why we are having fears of attack today, attack tomorrow. Just like in Katsina, you still saw that day before yesterday, a lot of people were still killed. In Kaduna, up till now, some of those communities that were kidnapped, they are still in the hands of their captive. In Brunei, you still have the students in the hands of their captors. So, and you begin to act to really have a security architecture. We have, but the fact is that they are overworked. That manpower is not there. But this current government is trying her best to provide every needed logistics and gadget to be able to deal with this current security
the issue
situation.
of them being overwhelmed now, even just recently, Nigeria has sent some of our men to an African country because of an issue. Now, Nigeria has always been there as the big brother. I remember what happened in Liberia back in the day, Sierra Leone, and even up till now. If there is need for collaboration, the only collaboration we heard about was that of the US, and Nigerians cannot even place it, all right, where the collaboration has yielded valuable results so far. But now, as it is it wrong for Nigeria to seek collaboration if really, all right, the security situation is overwhelming? Because the kidnapping going on, the people cannot travel, insecurity and all of that in the country. Don't you think if it continues, whether the electoral security strategy is in place or not, won't that one in a way affect the elections? Because the people are involved in this election.
The truth is this, that if really we are ready, in quote, to bring an end to the activities of these kidnappers, cattle hustlers, farmer and herders clashes, it does not take Nigerian security agencies about a month. So, all we just need is the will, the readiness to step on toes.
I like that word.
So the readiness to say, no, we cannot continue this way. It's impossible. The people's lives are involved here. So we cannot continue to allow this. So the readiness to undo some persons who felt they are bigger than this country. You see, Sheikh Gumi said something. He said Nigerian government cannot deny the fact that they don't know those responsible for these activities. And I expected before now that Nigerian government should say, come and give us part of what you have said. But nobody has been able to come out and engage in. So now the point is this: government day in, day out, both in Katsina, in Kebbi, in Zamfara and others, kept holding series of meetings with these guys. They come out, they see them one-on-one, they still allow them to go back to their forest in the same country. These are the principles of these activities. Get hold of them and use them to get where others are. So why allow them to come threaten you and they'll go back to the forest again, even after collecting money in billions?
Go and show on TikTok.
I don't know. So all we are saying is this: the readiness of the NSC, the readiness of the DSSS, the readiness of the Nigerian police and the Minister of Defense to once and for all bring an end to the activities of these people goes a very long way, but yet they must step on toes.
Okay, so you also mentioned that talking about situations being overwhelming and how our security agencies can collaborate with chiefs and maybe youth leaders in communities. Now, I have a problem. I really think that what our security personnel wait for is the day before elections. That's when their job starts. That whole election is so day, and
Osun was not like that. The CP election was already on ground a week, and it was holding meetings, engaging. There was series of engagement. So
that's before, because I know a police officer that traveled a day before from Abuja to Osun State.
Those ones are the personnel that were deployed to police units. So like the CP elections, the commissioner of police who were deployed to, because each local government has a commissioner of police. Each local government has a commissioner of police to head that local government. So they were there Wednesday in that local government.
And they started to engage.
They started engaging. So, and that paved the way for the peace that we're able to enjoy. So, but in 2027, we are not going to have that large numbers. So, and that is where INEC should now look inward and begin to engage in court civil society organizations who has real structures, not the CSOs who are resident here in Abuja, whom the husband is the chairman of the organization and the wife is the secretary of the organization.
Isn't there a way to even engage these police officers? I mean, even those that would serve as electoral officers to start, to travel on time and start to engage. And that
will really help. Whereby, for instance, I am sent to a community. I am already there a month to talk to them. I came 2 weeks to the election to talk to them. On the day of election, they see, even if they have something negative in mind to do, the fear of, no, this person has been relating well with us, will be there. They will not want to do that. You understand? So, and this is our advice. But the big men, those who actually already have in mind that this is a period to make money, they will not take this direction.
And
because election period, a lot of persons see it as harvest period.
Exactly.
And that is why we are getting it wrong. You understand? Yeah. So we must now begin to look at what should we put in place. And if you look at most of the time when INEC is having conversation with CSO, most of those CSO they invite are CSO that are not even known in their state. Are youth leaders that are not known in their state. So it is time you start dealing with the right people who are known, who has structure, whom people can say, yes, we know them in our place. So, and when these people are sent by INEC and the people know that they are sent by INEC, they want to accord them that honor that our people here are also growing because they are being recognized by Abuja.
There are also situations where police officers are used to rig elections. Have we seen cases where allegedly? Have we, yes, allegedly. Have we seen cases where those people have been, who fingers have been pointed at, being persecuted and taught a lesson so that others will not follow?
Like in Imo election, in Imo gubernatorial election, there were a lot of arrests and all that, and it is an internal thing. Because they are handed over to their own authority that assigned them. So and now I think there is a bill before the National Assembly seeking to create election offences is it agency or a commission whereby, irrespective of who sent you down, it is that commission that will prosecute you of that electoral offense.
So you don't go back to your father.
So you won't, whereby you will be defended. So and that will go a long way to solve the problem of say big man somewhere sending you to go and carry out a particular act to disrupt election. So instead of you are arrested sharing of election, it is EFCC that is coming to pick you. No. Let it be that they arrest you, they hand you over to that commission that is in charge of election.
Is the commission set up already?
No, it's not set up. I think they are proposing. They are working. Yes, exactly. It's still in the National Assembly.
It's something we should expect come 2027, or
I don't think it's possible.
It's
already
here, and you know some persons too will not want it to scale
because of their
own interest. Because everybody want to come back to National Assembly. You understand? And most of them will be looking at this thing will fight back at me. So and because of that, they want to cause delay and all that. So we know the game of this, our uncles and brothers. But the truth is that a better and a secure Nigeria where we have a free and fair election is definitely sure.
What do you expect?
I'm happy he didn't call sisters.
No. It's
brothers and sisters.
Uncles and brothers. I feel safe.
Always been gender biased. All right, Ambassador, while you were starting from your introduction, you applauded the youths of Osun State.
Yep.
That is Osun State. Can we look at Nigeria at large? You said something. for election to be free and fair, the youths have a very big role to play. For election not to be free and fair, they are the actors. So generally, in Nigeria now, walking into 2027, what is the possibility of having what we had the youth?
The caliber of youth we had in Osun State.
Because one, you must first of all look at what they use as a bait to corner these youths into these activities. Even some of them, want it. Like you said, some people look at election period as a time to make money.
Yes.
And for some, that's the only opportunity they have to get anything from these men, because they know if they get there, even to say good morning, they won't pick calls again and all of that. So what do you think? What do we do to have a repeat and the caliber of youth that we had in Osun State, in Nigeria, so that we can prosecute this 2027 election and everyone go home smiling?
Now, you see, we have great, vibrant youth leaders in this country. And, I don't know why. And I've been trying all my best to elude why that government don't normally pick the right people to hold a particular office that will kind of bring youth leaders with great minds together. I think about 2 years ago, Sheyi Tinubu he created forums of youth stakeholders. And I must commend him. He even got a place very massive as Nigerian Youth Stakeholders House. But along the line, within the cycle of these youth stakeholders, there was no agreement. So I must commend the young man. Myself and him, we've not even met. One of what we've seen in programs, exchange pleasantry. But the truth is this. He has a foresight on bringing, either you are APC, you are PDP, you are Labour Party, whoever you are very critical and useful to nation building. He wanted to bring everybody together. But along the line, there was a fall apart. Because I think the person that was picked was in ADC or NNPP to lead the forum. Those in APC, they went backward and lie. No, these are somebody in NNPP, so that crisis continued, and along the line, everything fell apart. So what I'm saying is this, that we still have great youth leaders who has the good of this country at heart. So, but most of them does not really have the buy-in of the government to really be able to make them flourish, to really pass message across to the grassroots. And we have 3 critical youth body in this country, which is the National Youth Council of Nigeria, who could have been the best platform to propagate this message, which is the apex youth body. Every youth organization, even CONISA, which is my own organization I'm heading, is under the National Youth Council. So now, the same youth council is in total disarray with 4 presidents as of today. Solomon Adodo.
I've hosted Adodo a couple of times.
Babangida Onimisi from Kogi.
Yes, I've
hosted also a president. Sokubo Asaribe Sokubo is also a president. Then we have the one that the Minister for Youth set up as IMC to prepare for election. So we have this 4 sets. So now, the youth body does not have a single voice. So it is a serious problem. So if really we want to achieve what happened in Osun, it was because Osun youth, irrespective of political party, had one voice, give them that edge. So if between now and ending of October, the minister can try all he could, that is the Minister for Youth, to make sure that the Nigerian youth has one single umbrella body, it will help to really reach out this message to the grassroots. That is number one. The Nigerian Youth Parliament is trying her best